Welcome back, everyone. Here we are in our final video, how to create a coaching menu or a choice board. So we have been on quite the journey. We have gone from figuring out what a coaching sketch notebook is, deciding how to choose the perfect one for us, figuring out how to make the tabs of our notebook so that they can help us bring our coaching vision to life. We've spent time adding to the pages, have gone through a 7-day challenge, and then have even taken time to stop, reflect, and create coaching goals based on wherever we are in our notebook process so far. And now I want to show you how to take those goals that came out of your notebook and turn them into a practical, tangible tool to hand to teachers to invite them into coaching possibilities with you. As I mentioned, it's really important to make our coaching visions tangible, to make our work tangible, so that all of the stakeholders know what it is coaches do and what the possibilities are for our work together. Now, ideally, those possibilities that you put out into the world for teachers to engage with are those that bring fire to your coaching heart, right? They are things that make you happy in your coaching role. They're things that you know teachers need and you know students need as well. So this coaching menu or choice board is derived from the work in your notebook to make sure that your coaching matters to you so that it can matter to the teachers and students you work with. Now, a coaching menu or a coaching choice board, the language is up to you, but it's essentially a document that provides, excuse me, a list of coaching activities that could invite teachers into coaching partnerships with you. It helps you connect those pages of your notebook to a tangible public space. So from a private notebook to a public document that helps you bring your coaching goals to life with your teachers. Now that's what mine looks like right there. I'll show you another couple of possibilities. I like to go simple. It's a simple Google Doc that I'll give you the template to, and I'll show you how to work with in just a moment. But I want us to think about just a few more questions. I know the last video walked you through that weekly or monthly or yearly reflective process, whatever works for you. But depending on when you watched that video, I'd like you to think about just a couple more questions. Okay, so how do you want to shift your coaching? What is the goal that you've set for yourself based on the reflection that you've had with your notebook? Is it more intense coaching cycles? Is it more effective professional learning? Is it skilled team facilitation, building learning communities? What is your goal? And how do you want to shift your coaching forward for you? Based on that, what might you focus on as a tangible goal? What's your next area of growth? What's that tab of your notebook that you know you need to develop if you want to shift your coaching in that way? And then we want to bring in the data. Do you have any data that indicates this is a need? And that data could be your own personal reflection. It could be the feeling in your gut. It could be surveys from your teachers. It could be student data. By data, I mean anything that indicates that this is a good area for you to grow into next. And based on that, what do you want to commit to? What do you want to hold yourself to? What were those things that you could control that you really want to tackle? And maybe you want to attach some dates to this. You know, over the next 6 weeks, you're going to invite teachers into X number of coaching partnerships. Or maybe over the next quarter, you want to offer voluntary drop-in professional learning sessions, and you want a specific number of teachers to take you up on that offer. If you want to put numbers to it, if you want to put dates to it, if that works for you, this is where you would think about that. And your coaching menu helps you bring those goals, those numbers, and those dates to life. So I want you to make a list of possibilities based on what your goals are for coaches. What are the things that you know you have to do as a coach in order to bring that life to life? Do you need to invite teachers into coaching sessions? Do you need to plan for professional learning? Do you need to have data meetings? Do you need to offer book studies? Do you need to get into teachers' classrooms and introduce yourself to students? Do you need to do some co-teaching? Do you need to create curriculum? Whatever it is, I want you to jot them all down. Now, if you're like me, you're going to do this with sticky notes, and you're going to put each possibility on a sticky note, and you're going to put them all over your table or all over the wall next to where you're working. So you can pause this video to get those sticky notes if you'd like. If sticky notes aren't your thing, maybe you just grab a notebook paper and you brain dump all of them and you list them all down so that all of the things you know you'd have to do as a coach to bring the coaching vision you have to life, they are all listed there. Your next step after that brain dump of ideas is to sort them and group them together. That's why I love the sticky notes. If you look at your list, you likely notice patterns and categories. A cluster of items might relate to professional learning sessions, a cluster of items to book studies, a cluster of items to classroom coaching, a cluster of items to working with curriculum, a cluster of items related to assessment. You get the idea. Take your list, sort, and group them together. And then just put some loose labels on them, like I had right here for an example. I want you to look at those lists and I want you to choose a handful. Okay, choose those items that truly match your professional goals. Based on that one thing you want to do next, whether it's your monthly goal or your quarterly goal, what do you need to do with teachers? Sure, there might be room for what you want to do as well, but if you could just go down and cut right to what matters most, what do you need to do? Take those items. Those are the items that you're going to use to create a coaching menu or a choice board, whichever language you prefer, so that when you offer concrete ideas to teachers to work with you, you know it's going to get you where you need to go. You know it's going to make you happy. You know it's going to make your coaching feel effective. And teachers are going to appreciate the very specific ways and all of the possibilities that you can do just that. So I just went through social media, specifically the Instructional Coaching Connection group on Facebook, and I looked at the different kind of menus that coaches had offered as examples. So here's a basic one, 3 different goals with possibilities under each goal. Here's one that is more of a handout. There are 5 different coaching goals with 3 ideas underneath each. There's another that looks more similar to mine. This one actually was my inspiration for putting a Bitmoji in it. You can see there's 5 goals with 1, 2, or 3 possibilities underneath. And I loved this one because it was all in Bitmojis and it was truly a choice board, like a bingo board, and it brought a little fun to the menu. And here's another one. I have the links in our notes, but this is one that's a little bit more high tech. And so if that kind of thing speaks to you, you definitely want to check out Pam Huber's choice board in our course page. But here's mine. Okay, so remember, we've got a list of those coaching activities that help you connect to what matters most. I'm going to go ahead and click on it so that you can see that it is a simple Google Doc. You're going to go ahead and click File and make a copy and make it your own. If this is one that you like, you certainly don't have to use this one, but it's just a basic template that might help you get started. You can change the title, you can change this language here, and you obviously would change your Bitmoji. You could take the Bitmoji right out, You could put yourself in, you could leave it blank, you could put an icon, your school logo, whatever you prefer. I just titled this simply that it's ways for us to partner together in the 2021 school year. This could be your October coaching menu, your April coaching menu, or your yearly coaching menu. Honestly, your coaching menu should change over the year as you change and your teachers change and their students change. But this is just an example of a yearly menu. So I've got my 3 goals at the top. One of my goals was to offer teachers effective professional learning. Another was to get teachers to collaborate with me and with each other even more. And a third one was to create internal resources, not go to outside sources or teacher marketplaces, to really honor the expertise in the buildings. So underneath each, I've got 3 possibilities that could work for 3 different kinds of teachers. So to learn together, okay, if a teacher has a particular topic they like, then I'll create a blog hop for them, which is one of my favorite coaching tools that you'll hear about. Maybe a teacher wants to do a book club around a title that's on their wish list. I'll grab the book and we'll get started. Or maybe we can just take a nice, easy entry in. I've got the perfect read aloud for your students, and I'll leave it for your classroom library as a gift. You can see in Let's Collaborate, I offer to help plan virtual instruction. I'll create a video easy button to help some aspect of classroom instruction go more smoothly. I'll co-teach a virtual lesson together. In the Let's Create category, let me know what you need. I'll create something for you. Do you need new tools to engage students learning from home? I've got a whole Padlet wall listing those. Do you need a new tool and a quick how-to? Let me know. I'll come in person or I'll send a video your way. So your coaching menu is going to look very different. It's going to be based on your goals first, and then offer teachers multiple opportunities to come into that goal with you in a way that works for them. So again, you appreciate this because you know it's helping you do what matters most, and they appreciate it because there's concrete, specific ways that you could help their teaching. So you would just go ahead and change these titles, change the boxes, the font, the color, whatever works for you, or ditch it and start from scratch and make your own. I just wanted to give you one possibility to get started with. So I'm going to end here on this next slide. I want you to remember this. You're going to create your coaching menu or your choice board around what matters to you as a coach. Those are those goals at the top. I had 3. Maybe you have 1 or 2 or 5. Then when you think about those possibilities that go under your goals, those 3 different ways to invite teachers, this is where you stay connected to your goal, but you also listen what matters most to your teachers. What are 3 different ways that they could enter a coaching partnership with you? What might appeal best to an outgoing teacher, a shy teacher, a new teacher, a veteran teacher, one that likes tech, one that does not like tech, one that's a voracious reader and has a huge classroom library, and one that doesn't have one yet? So think of your coaching menu as these puzzle pieces coming together where your vision drives the work, and then your knowledge of teachers helps you provide choices that are perfect for partnering into different kinds of coaching partnerships that could move the learning forward in your school. So that is it. That was our last video. I hope this was helpful. And if you're up for it, I'd love for you to share your coaching menu with me so that I can see what your goals are, what you're working on, and how I might be able to support you too. You could post it in the comments of our course page. You could send me an email. You could send it on social media. And as I mentioned in the last video, periodically I'll invite everyone together for a little pop-up notebooking session so that we can come together, see how our notebooks are developing, and see how we can support each other as we continue this journey. Thank you so much for jumping on this journey with me. I hope that you've enjoyed it. I hope that your notebook has made a difference in your coaching life and that you continue to show your notebook a little love every day or every week so that you can use it as a coaching tool to fuel you, just like you fuel the teachers that you work with. Thank you so much.